about that speech and what stood out to you the most.
Well, yes, Turkish president is just leaving the stage right behind me here in Ahlat district of Bitlis province. He just addressed the crowd right behind me. It's a very excited crowd. They were looking forward to this address. We spent the weekend here. They were literally counting down to the day that Turkish president will be visiting their district to engage with them. Of course, every year Turkish president is coming here to mark the anniversary of the victory of the Malazgirt. This is a very important victory for Turkish people. Many believe it changed the course of the history, not just for Turkish people, but also many communities in the region, because it's known as the victory that opened the doors to the Turkish settlements in Anatolia. During his speech, Turkish president talked about how important is that Turkey is engaging and also going through a terror-free Turkey process, which carries an important meaning this year, because through the laying down arms of the PKK terror group, Turkey has entered a new process. Thanks to the Turkish government's initiatives, thanks to the Nationalist Movement Party's leader, Devlet Bahçeli's initiatives, Turkish president was giving special shout out to him during his speech here. PKK decided to lay down arms. This means a new era for Turkey. This region, specifically the city we are in right now, has been hit hardest by the PKK terror group's presence. But in opposite of that picture right now, celebrations of this kind taking place here, with the emphasis on national unity, national pride, strength and resilience, of course, comes at a crucial time with a significant importance. And Turkish president later in the day will be visiting the Selçuk cemetery here in Ahlat district, and also will be chairing the cabinet meeting here in Ahlat, and we will be bringing you the latest during the day.
So, Kubra, obviously this commemoration event has been happening for years and years and years, but as you say, the laying down of PKK arms seems to mean that it really has taken on an entirely new meaning from the people there. Seems like thousands of them. We can hear the energy surrounding you. What have people there been telling you about today?
Exactly. They are very happy about this ongoing process. They are optimistic. There's been actually cautious optimism among them. Of course, this nation has suffered a lot from PKK terror groups' attacks. More than 40,000 civilians have been killed in those attacks for decades. So that's why people are cautious, but they're also very hopeful, and they're celebrating that this celebration of the Battle of Malazgirt comes at a time when Turkey is going through a hopeful, terror-free Turkey process, which was also highlighted by Turkish President Erdoğan here, about how this government is determined to carry this process forward and to establish permanent peace, to establish a terror-free Turkey understanding across the whole country.
And Kubra, I've been to events like this before, obviously a bit of it, and as you say, the president is going to head to the cemetery, is about really honoring the martyrs, honoring those who laid down their lives for their country and for their people. And then there's also this sort of celebratory aspect to it, because as you have rightfully said, this is a huge milestone when it comes to this country, really a turning page. So would you say that both of those moods are sort of present? You have that element of somberness, and then you also have that celebration?
Exactly. Paying tribute to the martyrs is at core of President's visit to Bitlis and also Muş provinces in eastern Turkey. Every year he visits the Selçuk cemetery in Ahlat. We were there too, actually. Maybe you've seen in our report that people of the region are still coming to pay their respects to the Selçuk Turks who conquered this land almost 1,000 years ago, which later paved the way for, of course, Ottoman Empire to be established some 200 more years later. But still, again, we are talking about 171. It is a milestone for the Turkey's history. It is a milestone for the region's history. And of course, these people are are grateful for their ancestors that they conquered this land, and that's why almost 1,000 years on, including Turkish president, they are going to the cemetery to pay their respects, to remind how this nation was built shoulder to shoulder back in the days, how this nation was built with determination, with resilience, with strength and national unity. And these are the understandings, these are the senses that Turkish president wants to embrace, and Turkish president wants these people who gathered here to engage with him to embrace. That's why Ahlat carries a special meaning for both Turkish president and also many people in Turkey.
All right, thank you so much, Kubra, for